Oh my God. I don't know if I said this before, guys, but I totally forgot. I think I either was trying to explain this, but apparently I know the stuff from Iran, right? A lot of people are protesting against it, which is so crazy. You would think that they would want uh an actual dictator to get out, either be captured again or killed, but no. It's crazy. The Iranian people are celebrating the fact that the the regime that they're being oppressed on is that they're celebrating over that. And what I'm trying to say is that it is absolutely crazy how they're trying to stop war in Iran, but the Iranian people, the Persians, they are the ones that are saying no. We actually think this is good because the fact that we are being oppressed on our own government. You can even look at one of the, what was it, the soccer female players that were refusing to sing and to actually perform their own national anthem, and they were threatening them after the game that that was ended, right? and and one of, like, Australia, right? I think they were the ones that were trying to stop the bus tour from going anywhere. And it was so crazy because really that was like the first thing I thought that was good from another country, is from stopping people who were, like, you know in that area to to actually go back home, because they knew the consequences. I was gonna say something else, but I can't say it now. Um, but the consequences that they have back home. So sorry if you see the background. This is my room. Um, but it is basically where if they go back home, they know for a fact that they won't live to see another day. And it's the most craziest thing that you can actually do, right? And you know this for a fact. It's not some game that you're gonna play, right? No, they knew for a start, for a moment, that if they do this, that they know when they come back home, they're not gonna be alive, you know, as soon as they, as they get their hands on them. That's when they know that it's already too late. But what I think is that they're trying to give the whole world a message that, hey, we understand and we want everyone to know the facts behind this and how cruel that these people really are. And we're not going to see another day. And basically, like, for me, I don't know what they're going through. I can never understand what a person is going through under a regime, because I never been oppressed by a government. And it's so crazy how people are trying to say we are today. Yes, there's a lot of people that are corrupted judges that let criminals go for a fact, right? That have either done previous like criminal activity, and then when they get released they ended up doing something worse than what they previous done, right? And it's not like three times, and you're set for life, you're in jail forever. No, these judges happen to let these people go, and then on top of it, there's corrupted cops. I mean, I'm talking about cops that want to do their jobs, right? I'm not talking about them being corrupted by any sense, and maybe I did, but I'm gonna reiterate myself. I'm gonna say that there are cops out there that wants that wants to do their job by upholding the law, but what they end up doing is that they're basically trying to create a system like, if you don't get enough people that are arrested during this day, you're going to be fired. Okay, we need as much people, under the influence as possible, so we can have like some stats. If you don't have any crimes in your city and it's quiet, you are doing your job by protecting people in your own state. It is a no-brainer. If you say everything is quiet, there's nothing going on, and you're bored out of your mind, it is because that the street is so safe that there's no criminals out there. And yes, there's missing children every single day. You can do as much things that you possibly can, but in my own state, I've said it before and I said it again, which is another thing that I really want to cover, because I think it's complete bonkers that this lady is running. Okay, as you can see, my American shirt, right? I don't know if it's American, but I say it is. I say it's, there's no blue, but there's definitely red and white in it. But it's definitely something that I like to wear. But anyways, it's a tank top, yes. Okay, so what I'm trying to say is that we are not under the oppression of a government regime, that we are in fear for our lives, and our opportunity is sky high. Yes, in order for you to go to college, it may seem like you have to get a loan and do all this and that. No, you know what I say? Get something simple and that pays you well enough for you not to have to go through such loans. And what I'm saying is, get yourself, I have no idea. I never graduated college. I made a promise to my aunt, and it was on her birthday. It was crazy. She humbled me. So maybe I will. Maybe I'll go back to college and do this. It's terrible. I have the feeling that I would hate going back, but I had to go back because I made a promise to my aunt that I'll get an education. Okay? And so it is so simple, but it isn't at the same time. If you make things complicated for yourself, you have it more complicated than what it should be. So for me, is that I would rather get a fast certificate. Usually you would have to get a high school diploma, but if you get an educational level to a fact that you're basically more well off than a person who doesn't have a degree, and you already study for this, and you have a certificate, right? And the job market right now is very picky on who gets to get hired. And it's so strange in Arizona, but that's what it really is. No one wants to go to doing retail. At least for me, if you don't mind, then that's cool. You'll be able to do all that, but for me, it's like, I don't know. But with this whole Iranian thing, I think it's so strange how people are protecting dictators who are really actual dictators, and they want to stop the war from happening. Now imagine how the Democrats would have run an actual, like, the president, imagine if Kamala wins, okay? There would have been the same thing that happened. And people, they wouldn't get the help that they needed from the Americans. Now, the fact that the Iranian people that are celebrating today is crazy. Um, so for me, I don't know. It's I'm actually celebrating with them, and I'm actually rooting for them. Do I really want the war to be going? Um, yes and no. I mean, for me, I mean, I want the Iranian, the Persians to actually have the freedom that they deserve. However, I feel like in the back of my mind, I mean, we already have trillions dollars of debt that still needs to be resolved. And yes, it it is so crazy how much you have to calculate everything. and and yes, of course, the government already knows for a fact how much people can consume over. um you want to go to the biggest tour in another country. You want to get another car because you want to impress people. For me, it's like I really do not have anyone to impress over, right? I mean, I'm not here to act like a big shot and then get myself into a big pile of loans and all these other things that are so useless. You know, I don't know. It is so weird how a human brain can work, but and how it can actually dive into madness when it comes to like like consumption and want to be a part of, like, I don't know, I call it the nightlife, where you want to I don't know, the best way that I can describe it is Uncut Gems, right? That's the movie that I've been seeing. I've just been obsessing over it. And it's crazy how you meet so many people in so many places, and one person has to have a story, right? But when you get down to it, it can be so crazy. Now, what I'm going with this is that yeah, I mean, I do agree, but I disagree to a certain point. I want the people to get the freedom that they deserve, that they should always have. But because they've been oppressed by this for so many decades, it's unbelievable that no one started to say, you know what? Why can't we just stop it today? Why can't we just let these people actually have the freedom that they deserve? And and actually want to strive for better. Why can't we have every country strive for the better instead of striving for the worst, right? Why can't we make other people love their country so much that they want to go back? Now imagine the fact that the cartel wasn't even a thing in Mexico. I think a lot of people, you know, for like Mexicans would want to go to Mexico if there was no cartels and they have the same opportunity as Americans, right? But I think either way, I think they would still travel back, and forth, but the majority time, I think they would want to live in their own country. And is it any racist any other way? Absolutely not. You know, I think I think for a fact, would you want to clean your own house if somebody comes over? Yes. I mean, you don't want to see a messy house that's freaking disgusting, and I mean, trust me, like I know what a hoarder house looks like. Sometimes like the water can be questionable. Sometimes you feel like, man, am I gonna eat something that's expired today? And that's the craziest thing, is that you need to figure out, okay, I need to look all my food sources. I need to see, like, what I should make something to eat because we're having company over. And do I want to have my house look like a mess? Absolutely not. And what I'm going is that yes, as a country we should clean up and actually get our crap together. And it's a terrible thing. I mean, I have so many ideas, but I'm trying to like stay in one topic. That topic is that yes, I'm so happy for these people that are trying to get their country straight back in order. And the basic the worst thing that about it is that what they did wrong was to attack every part of their neighbor that was around the vicinity that had nothing to do with the war. And they're like, what the heck, guys? Like, why did you throw a missile at us? We didn't do anything wrong. Why, like, why did you throw that at us? And now we have to rebuild our own building because of the mess that you made. Like, what the heck? And so it just like, a pair of dominoes, just like, as soon as you hit one, it, and it's all lined up, right? It just hit the other until everything falls down. And so it's absolutely crazy. And what's even crazier about it is that people are mourning the bad guy that was a prime minister, and then his son was about to take in power, but he decided, he wanted to do everything back, in his father's footsteps. No wonder. You wouldn't be surprised if another, like, grandson or two decided to do the same thing. Like, oh, okay, since the son is done, we're gonna find someone that's gonna be suitable again and still have the regime in power. It's not gonna stop from there. I guarantee it. And if I'm wrong, then I would admit it. I will admit that I'm wrong, and it's gonna be crazy. But I think it's gonna be something like that, where they're gonna find, either if it's not the son, then it's gonna be somebody else that's gonna take the regime over. And that's what I think it is, right? Sorry guys, I'm playing with my shirt. I'm just playing with the heart right here. But I think that's what it is, right? It's absolutely crazy. But yeah, I mean, I guess they're like, I guess one comment says, well, like, if you're up for the war, why can't you join in? Huh? Be like, okay, I mean, I could, but listen, I'm a big lady still. I have plenty, like, I love to eat. That's the problem. Okay, I'm trying to get my crap together, but if I could, I would. I mean, they need fresh hands and fresh eyes. I guess they could, but my eyesight, it's not so great. But could I shoot straight? Yes, I can. Just, tell me where you need to be, and I'll do it. It just doesn't take that much to do something. But the problem is that they want one of the best guys to actually do the job, the way that it should be done. They're not going to send a fresh pair of meat, joining, and they're going to have some guys, some girls to get the job done. It's crazy, but as mindful as it is, Donald Trump did not play with his military. It's a fact. They want to have a strong military base. I know there's multiple bases, but when I say base, I'm talking about a group of people that knows how to do their jobs. They're not going to send people who freshly joined in the military because, I mean, whether you agree with another candidate or not, you're still, for the people there who are here in this country. You can disagree with a person or not. You can resign because you can't stand of a presidential candidate that won, and so on and so forth. You are here to protect a country that you so love and that you want to protect under any circumstances. You love this country so much that you're willing to give your life for it. That's the fact, and that's the bottom line. So yes, have I jumped topic to topic? Yes. There's a whole lot that I want to discuss about my own state, but because of this, I'm just gonna get for the main subject is that it is most important that these people get the freedom that they deserve, because they've been oppressed so many decades that I can't understand. Not even another person, like a white Mexican, I mean, such as myself, who is born in America, I can never understand the actual regime of an oppression by their own government. I can never understand what they went through, what they're going through, what they're doing right now, and how they're oppressed right now. And it's absolutely crazy. Imagine protesting and then you're getting killed for it. Tens of thousands of people die for it. Sometimes even like more than what we know now. So it could be 50, it could be almost to like 100, right? That's how crazy it is. I mean, sometimes you won't even know exactly who died and who did. People collect bodies, but sometimes the government there doesn't want the people outside of their walls to know exactly what they're doing. And they want to say that they're going to send drones in California. Yeah, for me, I'll be like, okay, we're going to send a high alert, but just because you're going to say that you're going to send drones in California, doesn't mean I'm just gonna, focus on my main objective. You know what I'm gonna focus on? The White House, the Pentagon. I'm gonna focus on New York City, the most population that I can understand that are there, is that I'm gonna focus, I'm gonna focus on everywhere, because you gotta understand that the East and the West is something that you really want to protect. It's not just, yeah, sure. Other nations, I guess you could probably have to do it, just South, and North. But mostly, if it's, you gotta understand the Iran's allies, right? That is willing to go and actually help them sent nukes, or not nukes, but missiles towards us, and they already destroyed all that, right? So what I'm trying to say is that we need to focus on all four corners. It doesn't matter where it is, because why would an enemy tell their plans and say, yeah, we're gonna, we're just gonna send a missile in California and we're going to be done with it. No. Your enemies do not tell you your plans. Or their plans, really. I'm not saying yours. But they're not going to tell everyone their plans and what they're going to have going on. And now I'm just going on in rambles, but that's what I think. I think a lot of people don't know these kinds of people. An enemy would not want to tell you your plans. They want to see your downfall. And whether if it's having an enemy within that's gonna, do a lot of terrorist attacks. I think there's gonna be a lot more to come. And it's gonna be crazy. You gotta focus on the outside and the inside of the walls. And for me, I think what you need to do is to have eyes and ears to have an investigation on terrorism. That's what I think. I'm not sure, but that's just my opinion. There's a lot more to discuss, obviously, but I just want to say that if you guys listened so far, thank you. I wanted to close this off, and yes, this is the longest video, probably not even the longest, but surprisingly, I probably have more free time. It's just that I like to have private an environment that I like, that I'm mostly comfortable in, but we'll see. All right, guys. All right, peace.